Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, the YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fan of action figures, toys, or pop culture in general, please consider subscribing to my channel, Karaoke Fanboy TV. Every week I'll be opening an action figure I've recently acquired, either at retail or secondhand, and I enjoy opening it for you, fellow fans, or internet trolls. If you're a regular watcher of this YouTube channel and series, then you know that I am a big fan of Final Faction, the action figure series exclusive to Dollar Tree. It's incredible to me that Dollar Tree, which is now basically a $1.25 tree, by the way, it's incredible to me that Dollar Tree produces such a quality line of action figures. And I have two packages I'd like to open today. One is the Villainous Drone that comes with his own accessory. And the other is this Drone Scourge accessory pack that offers additional weapons for the character. Now, Final Faction has been doing this lately where they seem to have released a pretty significant number of characters, most of which, if not all of which, I think I have. I haven't opened them all yet, of course, but there are quite a few characters out. And then in addition to the characters, there are some creatures. The drone, I guess, is somewhere in between, kind of a creature and a character, kind of a foot soldier type, army building kind of character. So they have all these characters out. They have creatures. They have weapons packs like this. There are now a couple of vehicles out. It's an extensive little universe that they've built with nothing but the cornerstone of these characters and accessories, affordability. At $1.25 per package, you're getting an incredible bargain. I've insisted this in other videos about Final Faction. These characters, these action figures, hold up alongside anything else at retail right now, especially at this scale. I know there are some Marvel and DC characters that are out right now that I presume target kids because they have very minimal detail in their sculpts to warrant adult collecting, in my opinion. There's nothing super unique about them. They're 3 7/5 inch, is that what you say? 3 3/4 inch height, like this, 3.75 inch height, and they're just very basic, some points of articulation action figures that are meant for play, for kid play. And you hold those figures up next to these. These look so cool. Look at this design. Look at this hand-drawn art. It's just unlike really anything else that's out there right now. It has almost a 90s nostalgia to it, considering how they're really appealing to like a cool creature with a laser gun kind of vibe here, with armor and swords, and it's just very interesting to me that this company, Greenbrier International, it says distributed by Greenbrier International, out of Virginia, so kind of local. I mean, they're made in China, these toys, but every aspect of this is just so fascinating to me. There are cartoons on YouTube that you can watch. I believe they're just 2 episodes deep. The first one was a very effective and entertaining pilot. The second episode offered a little more depth with a cliffhanger, I believe. And then on the back, just like G.I. Joe figures, Ninja Turtle figures, there's a bio. There's this little power chart here that's evocative to me of Marvel Universe cards, especially Series 2, everybody's favorite, I think. So these figures hit nostalgia notes. With the QR barcode, they're very contemporary and interactive for kids. A lot going on. And I want to open both of these packages here for you today because these accessories interact with this figure, and I want to see how effectively. I want to see if this guy could still hold the gun that he comes with and all of these accessories. Because if so, then again, the Final Faction line is creating a very effective kind of interactivity with their product. In other words, if you're a kid with just a couple bucks in his pocket, you can get the figure, and he comes with a cool gun. If you have a couple extra bucks, you can get some additional accessories, and together, this is $250. which again is but a, pardon the pun, fraction of the price of any action figure on the shelf right now. This kind of quality isn't coming at you at Walmart or Target for anything less than 10 bucks. So to think that you can get 4 of this, for the price of one of those figures that barely comes with any accessories, and sometimes there's this weird, like, scan this and you'll get that kind of a thing. Yeah, it's interactive like the barcode, but this is taking you to a cartoon that builds the mythology. It's not trying to sell you anything else but the entertainment behind the toys. Anyway, you can tell how much of a fan I am of these things. And I'm not even a big, like, military or alien kind of guy when it comes to when it comes to sci-fi and fantasy like this. You know, this is outside of my wheelhouse, but the affordability, the accessibility, the general appeal is what's drawn me to these toys, and I'm collecting them all, as the package instructs me to do. So, the drone is easily removed. Here, I kind of hate to destroy that great card art, but, you know, their website, final-faction.com, offers all of this art in character bios and publicity aspects. So, as cool as that is, I could see it online at any time. The figure itself, 5 points of articulation, has an awesome luminescent paint application. I'm not going to pretend to know the specific terms of it, but there's something kind of metallic about that paint app that is very appealing. There is a hole on the back for weapon carrying, as many of the Final Faction figures have, but just look at this guy. What kid isn't totally into this? It's super cool. The plastic's light, but it's durable. It's not super bendy. It doesn't feel cheap. So, I am going to put a gun in his hand. And there it is. The gun, I mean, the gun looks like it could be a miniature ship. If that was drawn at a large scale, I would think that was a cool ship design as well. But there he is, shooting his laser gun. That would be enough. But we have these additional accessories made just for the drone that I'm excited to open. The drone's bio, I should read. The Kharn drone, the Kharn is the villainous race in Final Faction that I believe is trying to take over an already desolate futuristic Earth. The Kharn drone class is a basic grunt used for combat and labor operations. Not highly intelligent, but more intelligent than a brute, and able to accomplish moderate mission tasks. They can occasionally guide a brute to a target of interest. So a brute is another character in this line, and that description kind of explains the hierarchy of the cronies in the Kharn army. So very interesting, very cool. Here on the back of the drone Scourge package, it describes these 3 pieces. The Scythen, this vicious dual-pronged weapon bridges the distance between enemies in a most painful fashion. The Luminar is an energy weapon of extreme power. This handheld firearm hits whatever Scythen cannot reach. And then the Druxell, inspired by a serpent on the Kharn homeworld, this back-mounted cannon is capable of firing venomous rounds that dissolve any surface, etching fear into all Kharn enemies. I mean, how brutal does that sound? If you're a kid and you're not into this, what are you into, man? A quick description of the Final Faction world. In the year 2050, an asteroid collided with the moon. Among the debris, a hibernating alien mothership was discovered. Now the Kharn are awake, and they want Earth's natural resources. Teams of special operatives were recruited to defend Earth. They are the Final Faction. So again, an asteroid collides with the moon, awakens the Kharn that are sleeping within. Now they're coming to Earth, and we need a Final Faction to defend us. What a rich and simple backstory that I think any kid could kind of glom onto, if that's the right word, and get into it. Okay, so here we go. This piece here, I believe, is the Druxell, and this is what it was inspired by a serpent on the Kharn homeworld. So they're telling us there's an animal on their homeworld that looks like this. This peg here indicates that this fits onto the back of the guy, like so. A little stiff, not as easy as I would have thought, but there it is. Definitely adds a fun dimension to this character already, right? Okay. And there is an illustration here that's showing me how to apply these weapons. So this goes on his arm. So I'm going to remove his laser here for a second and see if this just snaps on. I think, is he supposed to be holding that? So yeah, I think this goes in there like that. Not as easy for him to grip as I would like. It's kind of loose, and in fact there it just fell. It also has a cool kind of insect-like look, so it's fun that they're saying that the Kharn designed their weapons to look like creatures from their planet. It makes me wonder if we thought hard enough about it, would a helicopter here look like a locust? Does a tank look like a big beetle, or a scorpion with that turret, that cannon, like a scorpion's tail? If we thought hard enough about it, maybe. But not really digging that weapon. I do like this staff, and it's got a peg there, so I could just stick it into his arm, which I think is cool, because if I had this in one hand and I put this on the other arm, he could still hold that laser, which proves my theory, or at least fulfills my hope, that everything that is assigned to the drone can be on the figure of this drone while you're playing with him or displaying him. I'm not really thrilled with how this stuff goes on, though. It's not really staying on. In fact, I think I just bent that peg a little bit. So this may be where the price point, yeah, that peg is really like floppy as I'm trying to get it in the hole here. Not really thrilled with all that as far as playability goes, but once I put it all together, yeah, this thing is just, this is the weakest part here, this Luminar. Unless I'm missing something about the way it's supposed to go on the figure. Let me see if his whole hand fits in there real quick. Unless I'm missing something, that's his grip on that weapon is not effective, and it's making it very loose. And as I'm trying to get that on there, this is coming off in my hand. So the figure and its concept gets an A+. The concept of these accessories get an A+, but the interactivity, the implementation is leaving a little something here to be desired, and maybe I just need to mess with it more, but all of my experience with Final Faction so far has revealed an ease with these toys. Just kind of a plug and play aspect where you get them out, you put the weapons in their hands, and you're ready to go. This accessories pack is not making it as easy as I would have liked. And it's a bit of a bummer. Yeah, this peg on this harness seems too big for the hole. And that's a bummer. I'm almost wondering, did I open the right figures here? But this is a drone. This specifies drone, Scourge. And the picture on the back here is the drone. So I'm sure that there is some variability with these toys. Maybe if you were to purchase these two and try it, you would have an easier time. And I just kind of have a mismatch here. But yeah, every time I try to plug this guy in, this thing on the back is like flopping around here. So I'm bummed by that, because I want to give Final Faction a 10 out of 10, but with this, I got to give them like I got to go 7 or something out of 10, because I'm having a really hard time with that, and I feel like it's going to break. Here's the cool thing, though. If it does break, it's $1.25 to go get another one. And maybe if I bought another pack, it would apply very easily, and this wouldn't be a problem. It could be luck of the draw here. Giving them the benefit of the doubt so far. I also wonder if I trimmed that peg a little bit with a scissor, would I be able to get it in there and leave it easily? But that still leaves the problem of this this wrist piece that I just don't find to be as effective. Now, if there were a peg in there, I could put it on his hand and then put it in that hole, put the peg in that hole, and it would be firm there like that. It doesn't offer me that. So again, a little bit of a miss here with the accessories pack for the drone. Other than that, the drone himself is very cool, and I hope that this is an anomaly in all of these accessory packs, because there are quite a few of them. If you're at Dollar Tree anytime in the near future, check out the toy aisle. You're going to see this brand. You're going to see many figures. The inventory is always good, and a lot of the pegs are these accessory packs. So I have seen a few Dollar Trees where it's just the accessory packs, and if I was a kid that didn't have any characters yet, I'd be a bit bummed by that. But that's been somewhat of a rarity. There's usually always characters, accessory packs, and I've seen the vehicles very rarely, but I have come across them. I'm still waiting to find the villain vehicle. I don't even know its name yet, but it's apparently out, at least in some parts of the country. So when it hits the Phoenix area, I'll be snatching that up and seeing how that interacts with these guys. But the drone on his own, especially as one in an army of these guys, super cool looking. I mean, just something that boys of an age, and girls too, could enjoy. So if you're into it, support it. Maybe give the accessories pack a pass. If you got $250 on you, get 2 drones. Start building the army. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Again, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in this stuff. I would be very grateful for that. And tune in next time as I look at the stack of unopened action figures in my living room and I tell myself, you know what, grab one and just open it. I'll catch you next time.